I'm speaking to all of those who are traversing this Damascus road. You realize that there's so much healing that you must do. You realize that this world has truly lied to you. The chosen ones are here to open up the eyes of you, unmask your enemy, and even show you the disguise you wear too. To make you see emphatically that it is all who are responsible, and it is all who have to fix this thing. And if you are still pointing fingers at somebody else because a scapegoat you need, listen, Adam has already apologized to Eve. And Eve has already apologized to him. And they have both been forgiven by way of the Son, you see. That spiritual baby that made things perfect again. But even he did not cast a stone, you see. And God told me I can reveal why. Because there were times when he would need to tell little white lies. But it was with the intent to protect you, because you could not find your way inside. And so, examples you see is he would have gotten a gift that day, but make you believe it was something that was always a part of who he would be, because he's trying to protect you from your envy and your jealousy. If I told you that I just picked this up and started to do what I'm doing, well, then you would look at me, chosen ones know the way they would look and see. And that would just lead to more of the same thing. Protecting not the self. Because see, if I'm going to do it to protect me, then it's going to have a selfish connotation, and it means I'm going to be hurting somebody. But when I use the lie for protection, well, I understand the hurt would only come in my direction. And so I know how much hurt I could stand. So instead of saying, oh, I just picked this up today because I decided it was something I wanted to learn, okay, and the person next to me feeling jealous, I would just say, I've been doing it. I used to do this as a kid. I used to be pretty good. Those types of things, because you're protecting the people from themselves. So that was the reason why. And we don't have to get into a bunch of the negative narratives. That's just an example, because we need you to understand that everything in life goes both ways. And that's why in Ecclesiastes he said there's a time for everything, because with intent, you can take the thing that the enemy meant for bad and use it for as good as you want it to be. So people take offense when I make a statement like, don't get mad at the tarot lady or the person that is speaking prophetically, but they're doing it in a way that doesn't resonate with you. Because here's the truth. There are so many things, like I can take you through the Bible and show you the same exact archetypes as that are depicted in those cards. That is just another way to communicate the things that are spiritual. And so, but when they are used for trying to divine, trying to predict futures, and used to pry and spy into other people's lives, well, then the intent of them had the negative connotation, and then they yield the negative result, and thus the law of reciprocity goes to work. So we don't have to judge a thing, because the natural laws of order are taking care of everything. If a person is using a thing out of order, guess what the Most High is going to do? Deal with them right where they are. I don't know if you can see on this painting in front of you, but when I painted this painting, it was like the love that is between you and I, which is me. And I know y'all see all of that gold and that sea of black and white, okay? And those represent the chosen, all right? And as you can see in this picture, there are a lot of chosen who are on the side of right. But the path to walk, I think you can see it narrow, going up where the gold is going in. Walking through the darkness, you know that. Damascus Road, my friends. And as they are moving through, do you notice that the gold starts to taper off and towards the top, it's just a few speckles of gold here and there. The chosen that few, my dear. And all those big pools of gold are those who were called. But the ones that's gold walking up that black line, they the ones who answered the call. So congratulations to you all. The journey in this world was very hard. Especially to have been scattered abroad. Not being able to function in your proper place, not even knowing your identity and or your race. Being tossed from place to place and then finally put in bondage where, oh my goodness. Look at what the world is coming to. Right now, I am speaking only to the chosen few. Who occupy this role in me as mother and father of the earth. I am not speaking to the generation of children, and I am not speaking to my elders. I am speaking to the everyday people, my contemporaries. I am speaking to the ones who see the world like me. I am not in heaven, so in heaven I do not speak. Right now, I am on the ground, and it's to you who I am speaking, those chosen few. The only thing between you and I is me. You are in, and I am into. When you see the Father, well, just who is you? You have to understand just who is me. I'm not speaking egoically. I am not talking about me as some singular entity. I am speaking about God-given identity. I am that I am is only me. But then if Moses would have told you, then that's who everybody was saying they would be. And this is why the sheep know the voice of me. Because when my divine counterpart speaks, it's a lion that's roaring. And I am a lion in the clothing of the sheep. Women follow men, you see. Wake these people up to the reality. I'm so sorry, dear Israel, that they have confused everything. I love the fact, see, because I follow Newbury. And he told the body the other day when he was talking about that Bible that he saw over there in that museum. And if they could take out things, what else do you think they would do? Do you think they're going to tell the story and tell the truth when they want the masses to do what they want them to do? You have to wake up and recognize that that book is full of lies. And the only way you're going to know is if you know. And those that know when they hear the voice, it's time to go. Now, all of those powers that be, all of that negative energy, everything that is coming at me, they know just who I be. They know they cannot. They have tried. Trust me, it says the chosen will drop on their own sword and will not die. 4:118. I believe I try. I'm going to tell you that God said I am here for life. I am extending my hand, but if you can't receive it, my friends, well, the dead always going to bury the dead. Them fake friends, just like Judas, they gonna fry in the end. If you got the victory, you gonna have to let wisdom reign, my friends. Said the two would cleave together and become one. The only thing between you and I is me. So there is no mystery to me about who God sent and who it is that's going to be. But it ain't my job to tell somebody else's story. I can only speak from the perspective that I am in me. When the king is ready to reveal, well, he going to let the world see. And when the king is ready to reveal, the king going to be revealing me. We are dynamic duo, a wonder twin thing. I'm inside of him and he's inside of me. I'm talking about that foundational beginning of it all. God body beings. Those that occupy this position. It's time for us to get past all of the disbeliefs and superstitions. Yes, God has given us spiritual permission to operate in the gifts that we have been given. And all of those that know, you know that telepathy has kicked in. You know you can speak to people from within. You know that you can predict what is going to be happening because you have been here so many times. You know this thing, it is wrote in your memory like the rhythms of time. You got to wake up. Stop acting like you deaf, dumb, and blind. Stop acting like these gifts you got is not yours and sitting here judging what somebody should do. Joel 2, everybody is doing what it is that they're supposed to do. And when we move the way we're supposed to move, the mighty sword of God is moving before you. It is the execution of the word you see. When you execute the word in its order divinely, that is the operation of me. And God goes before us invisibly, but he is doing the damn thing. The same thing that happened when the Ark of the Covenant was running with us back then. Instead of needing baskets and boxes, God just said, I put it within. All we got to do is walk together in our own respective lanes, my friends. And we become the activated body of God. And the way that we move is going to feel like giants amongst men. You see how they're afraid of just one of you. What they going to do when it's more than two. But it ain't going to be who you choose. It's who God already got for you. You don't get to pick, my friend. Those in the order of God know they got to go where they supposed to go. The magnetic energy that's between you and that person, it's a natural pull. You don't even got to figure out what you got to do. God is telling you. And if you're not receiving the message, then you ain't chosen for this job, my friend. Stay in your lane. Back the funk up off of she, amen. You better understand just who I am. Know whose I am and the order of operation that I'm operating in. And I don't operate in the order of you. I operate in the order of the Most High. And I do what the Most High tell me to do. I met myself on the road to Damascus. And when I met myself, I healed myself. So I don't care what this world got to say. I'm not even supposed to be living, okay? And yet the Most High keep me alive so that these words can come out my mouth, so that I can speak to the body. I'm not going to apologize for just who is me. I'm just doing my job, and I don't care who likes the way I be. I'm not sent here by you. I was sent here by me. You better recognize what's happening. Because we got a way of escape. It's the ignorant one that's going to be trapped in.